The chamber echoed with silence after Asagur's awakening, the air thick with ancient power. Nabu knelt, trembling, not from fear, but from something deeper awe. Before him stood the being of flame and shadow, its eyes burning like distant stars. "You called, you remembered, I don't understand, you will." With a wave of its hand, the obsidian walls rippled like water. Visions poured into Nabu's mind, not from the past but from a possible future. Babylon in ruins, its ziggurats crumbling beneath crimson skies, creatures of smoke roaming the streets, a people lost in madness and silence. "You seek knowledge? Then know this, I was made to protect, but protection demands sacrifice. The priests forgot that. They turned worship into control." Nabu struggled to breathe, looking up with desperation in his eyes. "What do you want from me?" he asked, his voice trembling. "Asagur," a voice echoed back to finish what was begun. Suddenly, the chamber collapsed into darkness, and Nabu found himself outside, though not the same world he knew. Babylon was before him, yet different. The streets were alive with whispers, the buildings covered in ivy and bone. Statues of forgotten gods watched with hollow eyes. He turned, and Asagur was gone. He awoke in the desert shrine, heart pounding, sand clinging to his skin. The vial of black sand was cracked, its contents scattered. Around him, symbols glowed faintly in the stone. Was it a dream, a vision, or a memory from a world that never was? He returned to the edge of Babylon under moonlight, cloaked and silent. He couldn't walk through the gates. He was exiled, marked for death, so he crept through the aqueducts, the hidden paths he once studied in temple scrolls. The city had changed. Tension pulsed in the air. People spoke in hushed tones of strange stars and voices in the night. The priests had doubled their rituals, sacrificing goats, then bulls, then children. Nabu hid in the shadows, watching. He needed allies, but who would believe him now? He remembered a name, Tahir, a rebel scribe who once questioned the temple's authority. If anyone still dared seek truth, it was him. Tahir lived in the old quarter beneath a tavern. Nabu knocked in the dead of night, fingers trembling. When the door opened, a blade met his throat. "Tahir, Nabu, you should be dead. Nabu, not yet." Inside, by dim firelight, Nabu told his story. Tahir listened, silent and still, until it was done. Then he poured wine, cursed softly, and leaned back. "Tahir, you're either a prophet or mad. Nabu, both. Maybe that's what this city needs." Tahir agreed to help. Over the next few nights, they gathered old scrolls, deciphered forbidden texts, and visited forgotten shrines. Others joined them: an exiled priestess, a soldier who had seen visions in battle, a blind musician whose songs predicted storms. Together they became the first circle of the sand. Their goal was not to destroy the temple, but to restore the truth, to reawaken what was buried. But the high priests were not blind. They felt the tremors of change, and they feared Asagur. On the night of the blood moon, the temple summoned its watchers, masked figures cloaked in midnight, wielding blades of bone. They scoured the city for heretics. One by one, the circle's members vanished. Nabu was captured. He was brought before the high priest Ur-Atum, a man whose eyes were like glass. "Ur-Atum, you opened the gate. You invited the shadow. Nabu, I invited the truth." Ur-Atum raises a hand. "You are no longer of Babylon. Your soul will be sealed beneath the city, where no light reaches." They took Nabu to the catacombs of the Forgotten, a maze of tunnels older than Babylon itself. There, he was chained to a pillar of black stone, left with no food, no water, only silence. But silence was never truly silent. "Asagur, they fear you because they remember me, but you are not ready. Nabu, then make me ready." The pillar cracked, the chains melted, and from the dark, a figure stepped forward, womanly in shape, wrapped in living shadow. Her eyes were moons, her voice the hum of stars. "Shedu, you called the guardian. But you do not yet know the enemy. Nabu, who are you? Shedu, I am what was exiled before the exile. I am Shedu, and I remember Asagur before he fell. To be